What's up, beauties? Welcome back to Beauty and Cherise.
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really to throw you up.
Hey y'all, welcome back. It's been a few months since I posted, but we working on that whole consistency thing. But in today's video, I would like to just go into the topic of, do you believe that you are worthy of the things that you desire? And the reason why, the thing that made me, really ponder on this question is just me facing like my own trials and tribulations in my own life. And because of, certain things maybe that we were taught to believe about ourselves, or just through certain trials and tribulations in our lives and obstacles, people that we come across in life, maybe we've lost that faith, that childlike faith, and that belief that we can have and do truly deserve all the things that our hearts desire. Because honey, if we didn't deserve them, why on earth would God put them there? You feel me? So I understand a lot of times it can be difficult to keep that faith in yourself when, especially when things on the outside aren't looking like the things that you desire. A lot of times it's hard to really keep that faith, because it's like, what's the point in continuing to try? Or if you feel like you do put your foot forward and you feel like you take 5 steps back or 10 steps back, a lot of times I feel as though, the trials and the tribulations that we endure throughout life, is meant to pretty much test our faith in God first and foremost, and just our belief in ourselves. Like, do you truly believe in yourself, like regardless of oppositions coming up against you in your life, whether that's friends, co-workers, people who you just deem close to, or just have some sort of value in your life, or even if they don't hold the value, they trigger something in you that makes you feel unworthy of the things that you desire in your life. And I feel like that comes hand in hand with just not seeing yourself for who you truly are, and not knowing your own value. And the only way that you can know and learn your own value is through boundaries, and just, number one, I believe spending a lot of time with yourself to figure out what it is you want and who it is you are as a person. Because I feel like once you pretty much know who you are and you ground yourself in who you are as a person, it's pretty much hard for other people to shake that, because that's something that you've built from the ground up. You've built a foundation within yourself. And I feel like a lot of times we be on social media so much, we get like dragged into the mental, like just like the whole feeling like this is the only way of receiving love is through relationships with family or friends or romantic partners and these things. So we won't take the time out to do those things for ourselves. And I feel like the more, especially when it comes to like challenging things or like trials and tribulations in our life, the more we like persevere, just continue to push on and never giving up on ourselves. As long as we continue to persevere in our lives, things are going to work out. Even if it doesn't work out the way you saw it working out, things will continue to progress and get better over time. Sometimes we just have to go through things, either because we were refusing to learn a lesson, or because new levels require new devils. So a lot of times when you are accelerating to the next level in your life, you have to go through some sort of test just to make sure you're ready for that next level in your life. And it comes with life. It's challenges and tests we've been going through, honestly, our whole lives. But as adults, we become more like kids sometimes, and playing like these victim roles, or feeling like life is not supposed to happen to us sometimes, like, or bad things aren't supposed to happen to us because we're deemed ourselves as good people, which we're both good and bad. It's not like we're all imperfect. That's why we need God. And I feel like a lot of times we'll play this victim mode or like mind game with ourselves, and like, why is this happening to me, or why don't they like me, or why is I'm not good enough, or why am I not good enough for this, or why don't I have this? And it's like, the more we play into that game with our mind, because I feel like our mind can be very tricky and like going against us when it comes to stepping into the things we want, because the mind likes for us to be comfortable. And sometimes with comfortable to us is what's familiar. And what's familiar to us is not always good for us, because maybe some of us don't come from the best backgrounds. As I'm stating early in the video, maybe, things that happen in your childhood, and the people that surrounded you are the reason why you think certain ways about yourself, and the reason why your vision is blurred when it comes to seeing your value. Other people can see your value before you can, and they'll take advantage of that. They'll take advantage of you being blind to who you are if you allow it. So that's why I feel like it's definitely important to maintain a relationship with yourself, and definitely a relationship with the Most High first and foremost, because I feel like when we are going through life, sometimes it can get hectic, and when we're relying on ourselves a little bit too much, it can really get overwhelming. And it's no pressure, because God is free will, not forceful when it comes to anything. So if you don't want to have a relationship with him, it's not forced upon you. But a lot of times it's definitely good to have a relationship with your source and reading your word, because I found a lot of groundedness in that. Like, I'm a super spiritual person. I'm not Christian, or I don't claim Christianity just because of how the world how the world has made it to be. And it's just a lot of inside of a box, and I feel like I'm so much more. And so I definitely, put God first in everything I do, but I'm still very imperfect in that. So a lot of times I do mess up, or I'll choose the wrong people, or just allow people to make me forget what my boundaries are because of whatever, superficial thing. Or even when it comes to love, like, I believe that when you are showing people more love than they are deserving of, you lack so much love within yourself for yourself. Because I feel as though when you truly love yourself, not to say like you despise this person or whatever the case, wishing bad on them, because vengeance is the Lord's, baby. So back it on up, because what goes around will continue to come around. So you want, get your revenge or pay that back, and then you got to deal with getting, what I'm saying? It's like a cycle that, baby, I'm good off of that. I'm my karma debt is cleared. I'm walking into greatness. So I let God handle all that for me, and I keep my pretty hands clean. Okay. So I've definitely had to bump my head a lot, and may have to burn my head again. Just because it's life. We constantly are going through up and downs, but I definitely feel like what's different about this new chapter I'm stepping into is that I am putting a lot of my faith in the Most High, and I am keeping that relationship before any other relationship. And I am also committing myself to myself, so that nobody can come in between the relationship that I have with me, and keeping my priorities first, and my boundaries and things that I have set for myself, no matter who steps in. Because one thing about the enemy is they know how to kind of swivel their way in real slick, real sly, real cutesy sometimes, and just to get us to stumble. Because I mean, what's the point of a test is if it's gonna be easy to pass, y'all? Like, that's the point of just walking by faith and not by sight. Because a lot of times, when we're paying too much attention to what we see, and we get blinded. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we really have to learn to be in tune with ourselves and trust our inner guidance, our inner God, our energy. Because when we don't, and we go against ourselves, that's caused lack of confidence, lack of faith in ourselves, believing in ourselves, leading to hindering us from ever achieving our dreams. Because I mean, you can look at the things, places, and people I'm choosing, and I'm putting them all before me. So how would I ever build that confidence and feel good enough and feel valuable enough if I have people in my life that are not valuing me? On top of the fact that I'm doing myself even more of a disservice by not valuing me and keeping those people in my life. So a lot of times we really just need to surrender, meaning wipe your hands, give it up to God, let it go. And a lot of times it's easier said than done, but it's for your best benefit. Like, a lot of times when we really learn how to let things go for our betterment, even if it hurts, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it'll hurt worse if we don't end up letting the situation, people, places, whatever go. And it's not an easy journey, and healing is not linear. Like, you have your good days and your bad days, but the point is, when you have a foundation built, whether that's with God and yourself, which it should be with God and yourself, but I know it's different religions and stuff like that, even though I already said I'm not religious. It's different religions and stuff like that out there. So I feel like as long as you have that authenticity with yourself and that foundation built to where you not the type of person to let people play with you when it comes to you, or the things that you want in your life, and how just not allowing people to like trick you out your spot or allow you to settle, allow circumstances and obstacles to get you down. You have to continue to stay connected to something that's providing you strength and uplifting you and uprooting you in the most positive way. It doesn't matter, even if it's a podcast or just you watching somebody who life that you eventually are aiming to have. But a lot of times, I find even too much of that can be negative, because you're still pouring and your focus out onto someone else that is not you. And sometimes you can have limited beliefs while watching too much of that type of content. So I believe in a balance of everything, and definitely just yourself being your main focus until you get to where you want to be in your life. You have to be your main focus. Like, you can't let no outer, nothing, no podcast, no person, no thing, nothing. Like, you have to be your main focus. Like, always come back to you. Like, don't spend too much time doing this, doing that, doing this. Your main time should be with you or on you, for you. So I feel like the more you continue to pour into yourself, that gets you into alignment with the things that you pray for, gets you more alignment with God, who he the branches, he supplies the fruit. Okay, the scripture I'm talking about. Okay, I just told you I'm not that religious. Okay, I read my Bible, but listen, okay, it's a process. But yeah, so I just definitely believe in just overall just making sure that before you get the things that you want in your life, that you actually feel worthy enough to receive them. Because without that feeling worthiness, without you feeling worthy of them, you're not going to be able to sustain them. Eventually, you will sabotage yourself out of that relationship or that career or that whatever friendship, whatever it is that you pray for, you'll sabotage it. And I know from experience, I have sabotaged myself out of blessings. Yes, I have. I am very much human over here. I'm not trying to speak from no point of perfection. And yeah, that's just that. Like, we all have a very, life is life. Like, we all gotta, we go up and down. It's not ever going to be like, oh, it's all good over here, glory to God. Like, don't get me wrong, I have an amazing life and I'm super blessed, but the hurdles come, and it be a little off for a second. I gotta bounce right back. But I'm grateful to God for giving me the strength to bounce back, because sometimes when we'll overthink, I believe overthinking is from the enemy as well. Okay, we gotta rebuke all that overthinking. But sometimes you can overthink yourself out of your own spot as well. So I believe, like, sometimes we just need to do it. Like you said, just do it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. You got something you really want to do that you've been waiting. Just do it. Don't think. Shut up. No, you already 2 steps behind. Okay. You really got to start being your own cheerleader, just like how you are with your best friend or your significant other or whatever. How we cheer other people on, and we be so willing to be there, uproot, and show people that little people pleaser that used to be in us. So used to be so quick that I got your back. No, but have your own back like that. Okay. So that's really what we walking into in this 2025. I didn't say it yet, but Happy New Year. This is my first post of 2025. Oh my God. 13 minutes in the video, and I'm just now like, but I'm just trying to get to the point. You know what I'm saying? Because I really feel like a lot of us are holding ourselves back just by like feeling undeserving, by just continuing to choose the wrong things and the wrong people, and just not putting ourselves first. And we are the most important things in our world, because once we leave this earth, it's gonna keep on moving. So with you having that in mind, you should definitely be living every day like it's yours, you owning it, and you're not living for nobody but you. Okay. And you are worthy of everything that you desire. You're more than worthy. You just got to believe in me. Because if you don't, who will? But yeah, y'all, that's my message for today. I'm so happy to see y'all. I pray that this year is everything that y'all wanted to be and more. I pray that y'all continue to love yourself more and more each and every day. And just continue to challenge yourself to stay uncomfortable. Because, honey, the more you get comfortable in comfortability, when them attacks come, honey, are you gonna be ready? Are you gonna be prepared? Okay. But yeah, all right, y'all. That's it. That's the end of this video. I'll see y'all next video.
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you.